involving sexual gratification. Zimbabwe puts restrictions over cholera as dozens die. This bulletin is also streaming live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia. The details. Government has disclosed that there is an investment gap of $8 million for the Zambia Integrated Forest Landscape Project. The total amount of the project is $32 million, which started in 2018. The Zambia Integrated Forest Landscape Project is a government initiative in the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, supported by the World Bank and partners. Its aim is to improve livelihoods of rural communities in Eastern Province while supporting them to sustainably manage land, forests, and wildlife. Speaking during a meeting with the World Bank on supporting Zambia's efforts to access climate finance this morning, Ministry of Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Dauti Chibamba says if the financing gap, which is supposed to create the carbon which the country is supposed to sell, is not closed by 2026, the country will not have anything to sell. He adds that government is in the process of negotiating the emissions reduction purchase agreement and is hopeful that it will be concluded by November 2023.
We've already received support of $2 million from the Global Environment Facility, leaving us with a gap of $8 million. But because our goal, because our vision is to scale up this approach to the rest of the country, we actually need more than $8 million. And this is a rallying call that I'm giving to all the stakeholders in this room.
Ministry of Labour and Social Security Acting Permanent Secretary Zachariah Luhanga has declared the Ministry of Labour and Social Security a corruption-free environment. Speaking at the handover ceremony of education and sensitization materials that were developed by the Ministry Integrity Committee, Mr. Luhanga commended the committee for its hard work of ensuring that appropriate materials were developed which will be issued to all field stations and headquarters. The materials handed over to the Integrity Committee include guidelines, the Ministry's service charter, and infographic stickers that address various aspects of corruption prevention and grievance handling procedures. In a statement issued, the Acting Permanent Secretary says these resources are designed to assist the committee to accelerate the sensitization drive of prevention and combating corrupt practices within the ministry. He stated that the intervention signals a desire for increased transparency and accountability, which are crucial ingredients for effective functioning of any government institution. He appealed to members of the public to report any suspected officers to appropriate authorities. The Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, has arrested a Copperbelt University CBU lecturer for corrupt practices involving sexual gratification. ACC Head of Corporate Communication, Timothy Mono, says Dr. Webi Mwaka, a lecturer in the School of Engineering, aged 43 of CBU Jambo Drive campus, has been charged with one count of abuse of authority of office contrary to Section 21 of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012. Mr. Mono explains that Dr. Mwaka, on dates unknown, but between 1st January 2023 and 3rd October 2023 in Kitwe, Copperbelt Province, did abuse the authority of his office by corruptly soliciting sexual gratification from a named female Copperbelt University student as an inducement or reward for himself to help her pass her course. He says Dr. Mwaka has since been released on bond and will appear before court soon. He has further expressed concern with the rise in offenses of this nature, as a month ago, the Commission arrested 2 other CBU lecturers on similar charges and has since appealed to all victims of such immoral and criminal acts not to shy away from reporting to the Commission. Senior Chief Nzamani of the Ngoni people of Chipata City in Eastern Province says it is sad that Ginos are indirectly stealing from vulnerable cotton farmers. The traditional leader has since urged members of parliament to support the amendment of the Cotton Act of 2005, which does not protect cotton farmers. This came to light when a team from Cotton Association of Zambia and Cotton Board of Zambia paid a courtesy call on him in Chipata ahead of the World Cotton Day event to be held in Chipata City under the theme Making Cotton Fair and Sustainable for All, from Farm to Fashion. Chief Nzamania said it is saddening to note that farmers never know the price of cotton in advance as it is done on maize. Senior Chief Nzamane said in recent years, farmers have lost interest in growing cotton because of not getting anything out of it. The traditional leader said he was personally frustrated when he planted cotton on assurance of selling it for 20 kwacha per kilogram, but was sold at 6 kwacha per kilogram. Chief Nzamane is hopeful that the Cotton Act that will be presented.
Some cotton myself, and at the time I was putting this in the soil, I was promised that the cotton will be selling at 20 kwacha per kilo. I got so surprised. At the end, my cotton was taken for 6 kwacha per kilo. The people that contract us to grow this cotton are stealing off us. That is not that is coming will protect the farmer and also the association. I want the lawmakers to support the bill.
In other news trending this afternoon, the Southern African Network Against Corruption has noted that despite the reduction in the theft of public resources, as indicated in the latest Auditor General's report, Zambia still has a long way to go in the fight against theft of public money, corruption, and abuse of public resources. Zambia Consumer Association Executive Secretary Juba Sakala has re-echoed the need for the government to consider reverting to quarterly fuel pump price reviews as opposed to the monthly reviews. Stand by for business news.
From Radio Business News, we mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Lusaka City Council, LCC, has expressed concern over people who have resorted to setting up garages and car wash businesses on carriageways. The authority says the setting up of businesses in the aforementioned areas is a dangerous practice that can lead to traffic congestion and accidents. Lusaka City Council Public Relations Officer Nyambe Mbulumba adds that to the safety concerns, the practice of setting up businesses on carriageways is also detrimental to the road infrastructure, as it leads to roads wearing out, which can then require costly repairs. This practice is further prohibited by the Public Roads Act, number 12 of 2002. Mr. Mbulumba says in this regard, Lusaka City Council will take swift action to ensure this law is enforced and that those who are breaking it are held accountable to help protect the city's roads and ensure that they remain in good condition for years to come. He adds that the local authority will further hasten inspections to ensure that the carriageways are kept free from obstructions and that businesses are conducted in designated areas and promote the safety of drivers and pedestrians as well as the smooth flow of traffic in the city.
Some people have continued to contravene the Public Roads Act number 12 of 2002 by setting up businesses on carriageways. Now, the trend of putting up businesses in the aforementioned areas is a dangerous practice that can lead to traffic congestion and accidents in the city. Adding to the safety concerns, the practice is also detrimental to the road infrastructure as it leads to the breaking of roads, which can then require costly repairs for the local authority. So we have a clarion call against such people to ensure that they immediately cease operations.
In foreign news, Zimbabwe's government has introduced restrictions to control a cholera outbreak that is suspected to have killed more than 100 people. The measures include suspending some social gatherings and restricting the number of people allowed to attend funerals in areas affected by the outbreak, which includes many districts across the country and parts of the capital, Harare. Shaking hands and the serving of food at the funerals have also been banned. The health ministry had on Wednesday announced 100 suspected cholera deaths, 30 of which turned out positive. The ministry also confirmed 905 cholera cases out of more than 4,600 suspected cases. A roundup from the BBC.
A report from the United Nations Children's Agency says over 43 million children were displaced between 2016 and 2021 because of extreme weather events. UNICEF warns that as the planet continues to heat up, a further 100 million children could be displaced in the next 3 decades. The recipient of the 2023 Nobel Peace Prize will be announced in about an hour at the Nobel Institute in Oslo, Norway. Experts say the field is wide open, but predict the award could go to women's rights campaigners, climate activists, or international courts investigating war crimes. The Scottish National Party has been emphatically beaten in a by-election by Britain's opposition Labour Party. With a general election expected in the UK next year, it was seen as a key test of Labour's ability to regain seats in Scotland.
In sports news, the Football Association of Zambia FAS has handed over 12,000 balls to the Ministry of Education as part of the FIFA Football for School will also be promoted to complement the achievements attained by various national teams led by the Zambia's women's national team, who made their debut at the FIFA World Cup. FA's technical director, Lyson Zulu, said the distribution was a result of the launch of the School Football League under the FIFA Grassroots Project in 2021. That sporting item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. $8 million investment gap for the Zambia Integrated Forest Landscape Project. The Anti-Corruption Commission nabbed CBU lecturer for corrupt practices involving sexual gratification. And Zimbabwe puts restrictions over cholera as dozens die. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM Radio. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Grace MSIMUKO. Do have a safe and blessed weekend.